Hello and welcome to the Pink Hair Girl podcast. My name is Sally Jane and this is Rachel.
Hello.
It is Monday late afternoon-ish, but we are just trying
to 6.
Yeah, we're just trying to squeeze in a podcast now because we've got quite a bit to tell you, and otherwise the weeks tend to kind of run away with, away with me, away with us, run away with us. Yeah. So my very kind brother-in-law came and helped Emma to carry down the fridge and the freezer, and the first layer of paint is onto the new laundry.
I can't believe you're so excited even on the podcast about it.
One day, hold on, let me just bring Rachel's microphone closer. Thank you for the feedback that the sound was better with Rachel's new microphone. There we go. Hopefully that's close enough. So yes, the laundry is being painted, and it's kind of an aquamarine.
Just take a picture.
Greeny. Yeah, well, I will when it's all finished, when it's all pretty. As pretty as laundry rooms can be. And then I'm going to paint the counter and the folding thingy. I've got a kind of a folding that's got sort of drawers or openings, and then everyone's clothes will be folded in there for you to fetch. I'm going to paint all those kind of things grey, so it's going to kind of have a sea green and grey theme to it. So yes. What else have we been doing? After we podcast last time, you went camping, didn't you?
But before we podcast last time,
What?
we had the thing that we didn't have enough time for last podcast.
Oh yes, the
Home of Hope.
KFC Ad Hope. You still need to speak loud enough that the mic can pick up your voice. It's not an
Okay.
excuse not to speak up. We went to the KFC Ad Hope
Foundation.
well, the Ad Hope is their fundraising thing, and what they do with that is to give money towards certain charities. So the Ad Hope is when you go to KFC. I don't know if it's in other countries as well, but here, if you go to KFC, there's a menu item. It's actually got like a code on the menu that you can choose to add Hope, and then what happens is they add R2 onto your order or your bill. And all of that money, it goes to a separate trust. So doesn't go into like KFC's coffers. And what they wanted to do with this was to show that where the money went, to be accountable, because I think people can be a bit, sometimes a bit sort of suspicious or dubious about where the money is actually spent properly at charity. So the money goes to a trust, and the trust is audited 3 times a year.
What does that mean?
Bookkeepers have to check that all the money is going to the right places. That no
Places.
one's swindling or siphoning off the money or whatever. So none of the money goes directly to KFC, it goes to these. And then what they were doing with this sort of road show around South Africa is to highlight some of the different beneficiaries of the money from the Ad Hope. So from very big places that feed lots of children, it's a feeding scheme basically. So the idea is they feed as many children as possible with as much money that comes in. So I think they said it's 100,000 children
a day.
So yeah, that's what the places where they add the money goes to. So the place we went to was somewhere called Home of Hope. And Home of Hope is for children with fetal alcohol syndrome. And they needed the nutritional stuff, especially because they can't have sugar and they can't have salt and they can't have preservatives. So to add extra vegetables and things like that to kind of make the meals healthier. Yeah. So we spent time with the children. I've written an entire blog post on it, and I've put all the pictures in there, so you can go and have a look at that. You won't be able to see the faces of any of the children. There were 3 children they were allowed to photograph, and the rest, because of the Child Protection Act, there were no photographs of them. So if you want to read more about the Ad Hope and more about the place we went to and everything we did, there is an entire blog post on that. But it was really nice to see a big organization, one that does something like this to give back, and 2 that let me turn the volume down on my phone, or we're gonna have clinking through, that also is determined to show accountability for the money that they bring in, which is also nice, because I think that sometimes people might have been sort of swindled out of their money, or think that they give a lot of money to a charity and then a lot of it goes in administration costs or salaries or all sorts of things, and very little goes to
The
actually
charity.
helping anybody. So that's what we did. And then you went on camp.
Yes, then I went on camp.
And what did you do?
It's called adventure camp for a reason. You go adventuring basically every morning.
This was a scout camp, just to be clear. Rachel does Sea Scouts, but this was not a sailing kind of thing. This was a land-based.
First camp we've been on that we haven't been sailing.
Okay. And you found bones and
Porcupine
tracks, and they sort of made plaster molds of animal tracks, and
we can
a lot
add
to do
some
with
pictures in over by porcupine quills.
porcupine quills and all sorts of things. So she had a fantastic time.
Yes.
While she was on camp, Emma and the boys and I went to Hobby X. Now Hobby X is
it was brilliantly timed.
like a basically favorites. It's just hobbies and craft exhibitions. It's not just knitting, obviously, but there were some knitting.
Comment down below if Hobby X is in different countries. I've been wondering.
Oh, if I don't know, it must be a brand. I don't know. Normally these kind of shows are very country specific, but I don't know. You mean the name Hobby X? You've heard that before?
Yeah, I've heard that before.
Okay, I can only show you a few things because some of them are presents and some of them are for my Christmas swap parcel and some of them are
For sale.
for sale, yes.
And for me.
And there's something for her as well, yes. So at the Nurturing Fibers stand run by Carly, I got some man sock, which
me?
is merino, kid mohair and nylon, so it's slightly stronger. You can see it's got a sort of a fuzzy halo, and that was kind of in a blues and greens. The geek chose that, so that's going to be part of his, whether I get it knitted before Christmas and he gets Christmas socks, or whether he gets Christmas yarn to be knitted into socks.
And the socks can be for his birthday. You can do a win-win.
Make the most of the present, like a double present. Here is the yarn for Christmas, here is the socks for your birthday. That seems a bit mean. Anyway, so I got that, and then what I wanted to get was some cotton or bamboo. I wanted to make a cowl for my sister, like the full strace cowl, because she quite liked that. So I got the Eco Fusion, which I haven't used before, which is a blend of cotton and bamboo. And the nice thing about that is that the cotton and the the cotton and the bamboo. There's a real glare from that side. The cotton and bamboo takes the turn it a bit. The dye come from this side. Oh no, I'm not even in the screen. The dye slightly differently, and so you get
I'm trying to move my face. Stop moving.
there we go. So you get the cotton and bamboo has a slightly different not color. The bamboo's obviously shinier, so you get this sort of
shine.
Not quite two-tone, but there's a kind of a slight sort of variation between the way the cotton and the way the bamboo takes the dye, and it makes it really interesting when you knit. So I got did I get three of these in the cobblestone colorway, and that's to knit the full strace cowl for my sister. And then Carly was very kindly gave me a present. She gave me, I haven't used the Eco Bamboo either, and this is called Sun-Kissed Coral, because of course, I really like corally kind of colors. So I'm not sure what to do with that one yet, but we're thinking about it. And then she very, very kindly gave us a prize for the podcast, which is Nurturing Fibers hand-painted merino singles in lace weight. So these are 60 grams each, and the two together is 410 meters. And what she's given us, so I'm not even sure that's with even more with the contrast color. Oh, the light is really. There we go, sort of. So there's a greeny bluey one here, and then there's this kind of lighter blue here. And this is to make her abalone shawl. So the winner will receive all of this, which is enough, and the pattern to make the abalone shawl. So I will put up the details for this giveaway in the Pink Hair Girl group. Okay. So those are the things that I can show you. And I got other things at Gina, the Natural Yarns stall, but I can't show you any of those.
Mom's being mean.
I know. Now, oh, you don't have your alpaca.
It's in my room.
Go get it quickly.
I will. Let me just finish this O.
So that was Hobby X, and the boys were very good. They had to walk around with us as we went, but we gave them a code word. So they had, if they got really tired or hungry and they needed to have a break, like an eating break, then they had to say pork chops. And then
if boys came up with these names.
And then, yeah, I said to them what name did they want. And then if they got really, really tired and they'd had enough and they couldn't anymore, then they had to say bananas.
The boys also came up with that one.
They were actually really good, and they didn't, but at the end, after, it was quite busy, and after we'd wandered around and seen a lot of stuff, obviously not as in detail as I would have if I didn't have them, but then they did eventually. I was busy at Carle's stall and they said bananas, so fair enough. Emma then took them out, and then I quickly finished up, and then we left. So they were very good, but it is, kids can only last so long at a craft kind of thing. So yeah, that was Hobby X. Now Pippin has jumped up on the couch, which he shouldn't really be on the couch, but he wanted to show you his very cool bandana that he got. Look how nice you are,
Turn it that way.
Oh, there we go. Look how nice. And it's even got a little badge on it, and it says paw for the perfect. My sister has a company that does dog accessories, and so we got each of the dogs a little bandana. It threads through their collar, and then it's got a little badge there that says perfect. So yeah, that was their little present as well. So that was Hobby X.
No, we didn't get these. You didn't get these at Hobby X.
No, I didn't get those at Hobby X. I'm just thinking, because Pippin sort of made me think of his bandana. For anybody in South Africa that would like to spoil their pets with pet accessories, I will put the links to the Perfect Pack website.
And you get them in all different colours.
All different colours, and there's bow ties, and there's beds with dogs' names on it, and there's personalised eating bowls, and there's all sorts of really, really cute things for dogs. So I will put those details in the show notes as well. Sorry, just a little aside there. So that was last week, and then last week we went on a homeschool outing to an alpaca farm. Now, it's called the Alpaca Loom Coffee Shop and Weaving Studio, and that's in Paarl in South Africa, obviously. And there's this lovely little coffee shop inside. It's sort of a wooden structure. I did take some pictures, so I will be able to put those in to show you. And you could see the ladies weaving the alpaca into these beautiful, ones with all the different natural shades on the weaving looms. And then they've got some hand-knitted items as well. And then we got to ride an alpaca. We got to ride a dromedary. Dromedary?
A camel.
No, a camel is 2 humps. A dromedary is...
it's still a camel.
The dromedary is in the same family as the alpaca. And they are enormous.
It's a one-humped camel.
A one-humped camel called a dromedary.
I call it a one-humped camel.
They are huge. I don't think I realised quite how big they are. We went to walk over to one, and it kind of came, because we were sort of a bit early, it came like right up, and then it sort of blows its cheek out almost, and it makes this farting noises or whatever. They are hilarious. And so the kids, everybody, the kids got a turn to ride the dromedary, and the parents could as well. So I was actually brave. I thought, no, I'm not going, because I normally don't like these kind of things. But they did convince me, and I went for it. So there are some pictures, and I will try to put in some pictures of us all on the camels. weaving studio and the little items that are for sale, and then we went down to the actual alpaca part of the farm, and we saw the little, they were just been weaned that day.
So they were
screaming. Crying for their moms. It was very sad. But the
I told Mom we needed to get one.
Yes, Rachel has decided that since alpacas are quite small, it's llamas that are quite big. Alpacas aren't actually all that big, and they're apparently quite nice pets and good guard watch animals or whatever.
You share them once a year.
Yeah, and
you get fluff.
You get fluff. Rachel's got some fluff, and we decided that they don't cost that much more than a pure breed dog. You know, I know someone that bought a cat for about the same amount. So if you've got, because you need a pair, you can't have one alpaca because they get lonely. They are herd animals. That's why, like, Henny Penny has adopted us because she's a flock animal.
We could get one, and we could have Henny Penny a friend.
I don't know that chickens and alpacas make great friends, but anyway.
Mom, there have been some very strange animals.
There have been some strange animal friends. I'm not sure if you can force it, though.
There was a chimpanzee and a kitten.
Anyway, so you have to buy 2 alpacas. So if you have a spare 12,000 rand lying about, you could have 2 alpacas in your garden.
They're 6,000 each.
Yeah. But seeing as we're not about to have an alpaca in the garden, sadly, we did buy some fibre down. And this is the top, this is the first, what's it called? The better grade, like the stuff that's on the top, the first saddle grade. And the saddle area and the sides or whatever, whatever is the, the stomach isn't, because that's what they lie on, and the legs and stuff are not. So this is like the better stuff that they would send off to get spun up. Just get a knife. So, you know, we could have bought a slightly more coarser leg fibre or whatever, but I thought, just get her some nice, really good quality alpaca to spin and play around with.
It's all hooked up, but because it's just been folded from being on. But
there we go. There is some. Don't pull it out.
I'm just straight.
Some gorgeous alpaca.
It's a very small
fluff.
You can see how fluffy the alpaca is. This is the amount.
Oh, there's fibre flying everywhere. I can put it back in your bag. So there is Rachel's
bit
of fluff that she got. She got, I think he said it was 400 grams.
Something like that.
No, that sounds like a lot for that. 100 grams? 140 grams?
I think it's 100 grams.
Yeah. Anyway, so that's what we got at the Alpaca Loom. Well worth a visit. Such friendly people. Took everybody on the alpacas and all
camels.
Why do I keep saying road? Shame, the poor alpacas wouldn't really survive if we tried to ride them. Hey, the dromedary, and I said the colours of the natural alpaca, all the different colours it comes in, is quite amazing. And they had beautiful things made out of the alpaca. So next time, maybe I've got a lot of yarn I'm working through. So I thought next time I will have to treat myself and buy myself some alpaca fibre yarn. This time I just got Rachel some fibre. So lucky Rachel came away from this. If you are in the Paarl area, or you come and visit Cape Town or South Africa, I would highly recommend going to the alpaca place. They were exceptionally friendly, very accommodating. It was a really lovely outing. So that's what we've been doing. Not all of it yarn related, but some of it a bit. Let's move on to the knitting before Caleb comes home from jiu-jitsu and all the evening preparation-y things start happening. So shall I do what I'm working on since I've got it in my hand? I am busy doing the ribbing, which is why this is going a bit slowly, because I'm doing a twisted rib on the top of my first sock, the purple and pink sock that I was doing last time. I'm on the top of the ribbing there. Oh, there's such a bad glare, and I'm not really sure. Sorry, normally the light isn't great, but this time there's a... Sit forward.
You forward.
I don't know how it's here, and it bounces off the things from the side.
You go forward, then I don't get the glare on my face.
Yeah, it's from this side, from that window. I thought actually at this time of the afternoon that the light would be better, but it seems to be worse.
The sun goes to that side in the afternoon, it rises on that side of the house, and goes to
anyway,
that side.
so sorry, it seems to be a whole bunch worse. Let's just get on. So I'm busy doing these socks. I tried to do a pattern actually. I had wanted to do a pattern, and I just didn't like the way it came out with the yarn. And I'm quite pleased I didn't, because I think it looks really quite super like this. So these are my first pink and purple socks, if you can believe it. Yeah.
Surprise.
It is surprising, isn't it? Right, and then the next thing that happened on last week Friday, it was the 7th. Remember I said I wasn't sure when the West Knits thing started? Well, it started that Friday, which was like the day after we podcast actually, last night. And so everybody, I'm sure if you have been on Instagram or if you have been on any kind of knitting social media, you can't help but have bumped into the building blocks shawl knit along that West Knits is doing this year. If you are doing the West Knits thing and you are behind in the clues and you have not been on anything like Instagram and bumped into it, please look away now, because I'm going to show you what my
you do know
project looks like. It would be very hard not to have seen it if you were on anything like Instagram and if you were behind, but just in case somebody wants to know to look away, look away. I showed you my colors last time. Oops.
It's a very interesting pattern. It looks like
It
Batman.
is rather interesting. Oh, I'm halfway through a row because I got up at Lego to help the boys. So
it looks like Batman.
Well, Papa
It's Batman.
When it started, I just don't want to lose. What I did figure out, once you hold those, that if you drop a stitch in brioche, it is very hard to pick up or figure out. And I did fudge it after I dropped a stitch at one point. Anyway, so the first week you knit this little bit on the bottom, and then you add this bit. So I think when it was about here, or maybe a little bit further, I said to the geek, I said, what am I knitting? So it looked like that at this point. And so we came up with the idea that it looks quite a lot like a loincloth, actually. So every time that he sees me knitting on it, he asks me how much further I am on his loincloth. And because we've added more sections,
it looks like
and it's
Batman.
got quite a lot wider, it could almost go right around his waist.
I said it looks like Batman.
Anyway, so you do some garter bits here, and then some reverse stocking stitch bits here, and some. It's very interesting. You do different things and all. And then of course for this section over here, there was the choice as to whether you do brioche or whether you do just garter stitch.
Why did you pick brioche?
Well, because first of all, I'm not good at mystery shawls. I like to know what I'm getting, and when it says pick a color for A and B and C and D or whatever, and then I'm like, well, where are you putting A and B and C and D? And I want to see what it is like so I can plan when my colors go. I'm a bit so to just pick the colors and blindly start and not know what the heck we were doing.
Sounds amazing.
It's challenging to me, and it's a good challenge. It is sometimes good to kind of hand over the control and do something completely out of your comfort zone. I haven't done a West Knits mystery knit along before, so this is very much out of my comfort zone. But I have been learning interesting techniques, and he's been doing a lot of I-cord as part of the I-cord cast-on sort of things, and it's been very interesting. And so I have never done brioche before. It doesn't totally appeal to me. I'm not... a bit in a shawl like this I wouldn't mind. I know people really love brioche and do entire garments out of it and stuff, and I think it's personal taste. I think I like it more probably than I did before, but I'm not sure I'm 100% sold. But I did think you can't do a Stephen West shawl without doing brioche. You have to at least try. So I did do it. In the notes, it does say if you've never done brioche before, you may want to practice the increases and decreases in doing brioche before you attempt it in the shawl. I'm like, no.
I don't care.
Yeah, that sounds like swatching. Like it's just not going to happen. I'm going to try it. Exactly. It's like swatching. You just try it, and if it's the wrong size, rather change it on the right. You know my thing about swatching. And with
Mom's
brioche,
rant that she has about swatching.
With brioche, to me, it's the same thing. I'm going to try it. If it's going to work and I enjoy it, I would carry on. If I didn't, I'd rip it back and do the garter bit. And it's really not that difficult. So
Why is it called brioche?
I don't know.
It looks like rib to me.
It's because, like you see, the stitches all on this side are all that colour, and the stitches on that side are all that colour, with the other one hidden almost between. You like carry the stitch, the other colour,
Okay, you're gonna see me
between.
You're gonna see me one of these shawls for Christmas.
Good luck. So there's my little bit of brioche. So this was, the first week was clue 1, 2, 3, 4 up to the pink bit, and this is clue 5 and 6 for this week. Obviously the shawl is bigger, so it takes longer to do. So
What happens if you don't keep up?
Well, then you fall behind. Then the Westnitz police come and arrest you. Sorry, we had a near disaster with the chicken. Nearly putting the laptop down. Anyway, so back to the knit along. There are lots of various colour and varieties, and it's amazing how one shawl can look quite so different on all the different varieties on Instagram. So go and have a look. And that's the what's it called?
Knit along.
You know, no, building blocks. Stephen West building blocks, which is the shawl knit along for 2016. So I'll put that away.
How many Stephen West things have you knitted?
None.
Really?
No, I've knitted a hat. Oh, sorry, I lie. I've knitted a Stephen West hat before. So the only other thing, do you want to do anything you working on?
Yes.
Yes, do something you working on so long, and then I'll do my last.
Okay, I've got my sock.
Which miraculously has a heel. Rachel, was this the sock you were making for me for Christmas last year?
Maybe.
And then it was going to be for my birthday.
And I need to admit when I actually started it.
You do know that we're coming up a couple of weeks on Christmas. Well, a couple of months on Christmas this year.
You'll have a sock for Christmas.
One sock. Are you going to be able to finish 2 socks?
You can have the other sock for next year.
Take you 3 years to knit a pair of socks.
So, this. I was about here last time I showed it.
She did make some good progress, and a little heel fairy helped her to put in the heel. And now she's just got I think I might be getting ankle socks at this rate, eh?
I'll give you ankle socks, you don't have any.
Few rounds and then it's going to be cast off.
You can have some ankle socks.
What I did get for you when I was at Hobby X was some more black embroidery cotton. Yes.
I ran out and I have to go get some more, which is lying over there. I'll have to go get some more in a minute. But let me pop this bit out the circle. I have finished the R and written no. All I have left is good, which should be done by
And the
next
footprints.
week. Oh yeah, I forgot about those. I've got those to do. Where is the actual cushion?
On that couch over there. Is that all you've been working on? Have you done any spinning this week? No. Well, you've been on camps and all sorts of things, so.
Busy.
Right. Now, the last thing I have to do, I have been very good.
And I had my sailing regatta.
You did? You did a sailing regatta yesterday, didn't you? And how did you do at your sailing regatta?
We didn't row. It's pull. I get corrected at Scouts every single time I say that. We didn't do pulling junior or senior.
You didn't do it, or you didn't speak up? You didn't participate in it. Normally you're dreadful at it.
We're no good at. We've never done junior pulling while I've been there. Our juniors all young juniors, and then you have the junior section, then a couple of years, and then our seniors.
But what happened in the sailing?
We won.
You won the senior and the junior
sailing.
Yes.
Only 6 of us showed up,
and they still managed.
And all us juniors sailed with our seniors, and then us juniors sailed our race, and we won.
Well done. Excellent. And then I have one last project to show you.
And I was green all day.
Green?
I put the zinc on.
Oh, no, not to get sunburned.
So, and then Kerrigan said, if you do it, I'll do it. And then everyone ended up doing it.
Oh,
except
cool.
for the one.
Okay.
So you had your face. I did mine, and then some people went completely
all over. We've got a very harsh sun here. It was a bit
And I
overcast, but
wasn't
you didn't get
sunburnt.
sunburnt. Excellent. Are you finished? Can I now say
Yes.
about my last project?
But I was green.
You were green. I have one more project that I'm working on, and to
I
say
didn't
that
even remember that.
to say that Sally said she was very good and didn't look when I showed this project
Do
last
not
week.
look again.
And Sally showed mine on her podcast, and I didn't look. I was watching on my phone. I just flipped the screen down until she was finished talking, and then I flipped it up. So I was very, very good, and I promise I didn't look, and I have no idea. So
Okay,
now
I'm going to look, take a
I want to-
screenshot and send it to you on WhatsApp.
No, that would be me. So I went in a certain direction, which I will
Close your
show
eyes.
you. Oh, yes, Sally, close your eyes. I went in a certain direction with this project, and then I didn't like it. I'll show you. So I was kind of doing these along here, and then over here it kind of changed, and I didn't like that. So then I decided to rather,
So many.
yeah, I decided rather to go
With that, which looks way
with
better.
this version. So this is the sort of
Repeat.
direction that I have moved in this time, which I'm much happier with. And so, yeah, you can see there's a bit of work to be done over there. Yes. So, what I need to do here is just
Change it.
change it to here. The problem is that why I was resistant to change was because it includes that. So when I did take it out, I did have to repeat that and then do it again. But I don't know, looking at it like this, I might actually leave that one in that one and then go from here.
Yeah, I think that there's not much of it.
Yeah. So I think they're very true to theme.
They are.
I think they're very true to the theme. That's what I've really tried to go with.
Sally, you can look again.
A lot is that the project is very true to the Halloween theme.
It is.
Yeah, I kind of worry that I've made her something that she could only wear at Halloween. I think you probably could wear.
I would wear them all year round.
Yeah, our Halloween can be quite warm, but I mean, I think they're quite cool. But they're very
Halloweeny.
Halloweenish.
Is it Halloweeny or Halloweenish?
Halloweeny. Seeing as I think all of that is probably made up, and probably neither are perfectly
In the
correct.
Halloween spirit.
In the Halloween spirit, yes. Or theme, in the sort of a theme of Halloween. So
Yeah.
that is the other thing that I've been working on. So it was a lot of, because the other one was at the same place as where I decided to change it. So I had to frog all of that, and then I left the one where it was because I was doing them simultaneously. I left the one to show you, and then
I'm gonna go finish watching Sally's podcast now and see what she's making you.
no, don't, because then you'll tell me. You can't help but slip
I know
up.
I'm very good at
Are
keeping
you good
secrets.
at secrets?
I only spoiled Mother's Day for you once, and that was when I was little.
When you were little, right? So I think that's all from us.
Yeah.
Yeah. The giveaway will be on the group. If you're doing the West Knit along, come and show me what you do.
Say hello.
Yeah. Tag us on your Instagram pictures, or put a picture in the show notes for this week. Show me what your West Knits shawl is looking like. I think you have to, whatever you think of Stephen West, and whether you do or don't like knitting his patterns, there is something to be said for a joint collaborative knitting, something that everybody's knitting at the same time. And I think that as a knitter, you need to do at least one in your lifetime.
I haven't done any.
Join in once. It's quite fun. Yeah,
Is it?
Yeah, I am enjoying being pushed out of my comfort zone and not knowing what's coming next and not knowing how it's going to, because his don't necessarily, you can be going in one direction, the whole thing will turn around and you'll suddenly be going somewhere else. So
it's interesting.
It is interesting. And it's new techniques and you don't always know what's going to happen next. Yeah, so I am enjoying it. Have a great week and we will see you next time.
Bye.
Bye.